G'day, ladies and gentlemen. Doing a quick house prediction from January, what it's going to look like after the congressional elections and the presidential election, essentially, in November. At the moment, we have 202 for the Republicans, 190 for the Democrats, and we have 43 seats that are either have their incumbent retiring or a vacant seat. Now, I've also filled in the margins last time around, in most cases. There you go. Yeah, now it's fixed. There's something stupid with the programming. Um, so we have. Why don't we just start with New England, I guess. Jared Golden. He's a little bit in trouble because of his anti-gunnery bullshit. So he is in trouble. Let's just say that. It's going to be within 2 percentage points. But here's the fun part. Maine has ranked choice voting, which means he's going to hang on. And I fucking hate that system. New Hampshire. Both seats lean Democrat, and because of all the Bostonians moving north to New Hampshire, I'm just going to say that both are lean Democrat. Vermont, nothing to mention. New Hampshire, or Massachusetts, Rhode Island. Magaziner, he's an incumbent now, so that's going to be safe. Carson, Hayes, looks pretty good. Alright, now we have New York, and this is one of the big changes already. Brian Higgins resigned to become some kind of corporate bigwig, so there's going to be a new representative elected from that particular region. Brandon Williams over in upstate New York. He's going to say he's going to lose. And it's going to be handy. Molinaro hangs on. This is Riley, I think, or Pat Ryan. Yeah, this is Pat Ryan. He's hanging on. Mike Lawler, he's hanging on because he's running against an insane anti-Semite, so that's going to be pretty damn easy to hold on there. Especially in a district that's like 1/3 Jewish. It's not really going to be a contest. Santos, his district, Tom Suozzi is going to win at the back, and he's going to be there for the next 10 fucking years. Which is funny because this, you kick out a congressman for alleged corruption, and then you put a guy in that is definitely guilty of at least 300 counts of insider trading. And insider trading is a 5-year minimum prison sentence, by the way. So you have a congressman that should be in prison for the next 1,500 years. Well, good thing for Tom Suozzi is that demons last that long on this mortal planet. So he's lucky he can spend his entire prison sentence, I suppose. Anthony Desposito. This is the more Democrat-leaning of the two in Nassau County. So if Santos goes, then so does this. So we already have 3 flips in the evening. New Jersey. Andy Kim, that district is going. He is retiring to run for the Senate, and well, simply put, that district is going to go Democrat again. Maybe a little less in the terms of proper vote margin, but it's still going to be Democrat seat. And last, Tom Keene. I do not think he's going to hang on. So that's already a flip for the Democrats. It's another flip. Pennsylvania. Nothing really much to mention except for the upstate here. What I believe is that one of these districts is going to flip. Either it's going to be Cartwright that is losing, that's the one up north, or it's the one Susan Weil that's going north, that's going to flip. One of these two. So I can do a coin flip, or I'm just going to say the one with the lowest victory margin, which was Wild. Delaware, I don't think we have to even question that. Maryland, this district is safe. This one, so you have David Trone, he's running for the Senate, obviously. So I'm thinking there's going to be a lean Democrat system, mainly because of the Frederick era, which is around here. Now, this is a gerrymandered seat. They could have made it a Republican seat by just making these two districts touch, then you would have had a Republican seat. Whatever, right? Virginia, top one. That's going to be likely, and this one is going to be a pure toss-up, but for now I'm going to hand it to the Republican by a sliver, like a tenth of a percentage point. West Virginia, well, it's pretty easy, as is for these two districts. Indiana, same story. Let's go with North Carolina, because redistricting, this is a fun one. Patrick McHenry, he's retiring. Good riddance. That's an automatic flip in my opinion, even though it remains in the same party. Dan Bishop, he's retiring, and that district is also going to go Republican. And then we have the redistricting. So this district belongs to Kathy Manning. It is redistricted, and now it's unoccupied, technically speaking. It is a likely Republican seat. There's like a 10% chance it goes Democrat. As is the one with Jeff Jackson and Wiley Nickel. So we already have a bunch of flips. Here, Georgia, Drew Ferguson is retiring. That's going to be a flip. This district is going to be lean Democrat because of lawfare. Let's go for Minnesota. Dean Phillips. That's going to be a safe seat for the Democrats. As is Blaine Luetkemeyer over in Missouri. Let's do Texas really quick, because they are all safe seats that people retiring. Anything else of interest? Not really. I mean, these two might be a little narrower. One of the two could go. I don't see it happening this cycle. Depends on who wins the White House. If Trump wins with the popular vote and wins Texas by 10, yeah, then pretty sure Southern Texas could flip for Republican. Then you have two more Republicans in the House of Representatives. Then again, they'll lose in a midterm in 2026, so who gives a shit, right? And again, who gives a fuck? Right, so now we have Iowa, and I want to talk about this particular district here with Zach Nunn. He won, beating an incumbent, and Iowa is continuously going more and more Republican, so it's going to be a little bit of a wider victory. I'm going to leave Michigan for last. I think that's nice. Nice to do. Utah. Any question? Not really, right? So, the entire Republican delegation is technically retiring for Colorado. Doug Lamborn is, that's a safe seat. Ken Buck is retiring, that is also a safe seat. Lauren Boebert, she decided to move from this district, the third one, to the fourth one. Which means this one just got a little redder. Otherwise it would have been this. So here you go. And we all can already see the Republicans have 220 seats. So they already maintained their majority, and we aren't even done because we still need 13 more districts to talk about. At least. Arizona. This is pretty much it. Eli Crane, he's now an incumbent. That means this one is going to be solid. Juan Ciscomani, he won by like a 0.5%, maybe a percentage point. It's going to be a little wider this time around. David Schweikert, same margins. And here's my hot take of the video. Yvette Herrell is going to win again. So, Southern New Mexico flips. And this is a perfect example of a fucking gerrymander and a half, god damn it. You know why it is? Because this district here used to be just Albuquerque County. And then you had a horizontal stripe here, which was the third district, and then everything up here was the first. And now it's just a dummy mander and a half. Here, by the way, is Roswell, New Mexico. And that is an R+30 area. I wonder why they split it in three. California. Barbara Lee, safe seat. Anna Eshoo, safe seat. See, then we have Adam Schiff, Grace Napolitano, Tony Cabanas, and Katie Porter. Any questions? No? Let's move on. McCarthy. Well, it is an R plus 30 seat, so it doesn't matter who wins the nomination, but what I can say is that the Republican Party is filled with a bunch of fucking idiots, criminals, crooks, whatever ugly name in the book you want to call them, because they broke the law fragrantly. California law states that you can only run for one seat at a time. Vince Vaughn is running for both this House seat and for his state Senate seat. Gee, I wonder why people are upset at the Republican Party, the supposed party of law and order. Gonna be a safe seat, but by the way, I'm backing David Giglio here. He better fucking win. Alright. Earl Blumenauer decided to retire. It's Portland, so whatever. Derek Kilmer decided to retire. This is technically a seat that isn't really that safe. This is Democrat, but up here, this entire wing north, that's a Republican stronghold, as is this section. However, you take a part of Seattle and you add it into it, and it's a safe district. Furthermore, we have this seat, and I'm just going to say it. Joe Kent is going to flip it. Furthermore, I decided we need to do this one as well. John Duarte. He's losing. And it's rightfully so. Alaska. Alaska ranked choice voting. It's a little difficult to declare how it's going, but Alaska's lieutenant governor is running for this seat. But the lieutenant general position isn't really ran on a separate ticket. You're just a running mate to the governor. So, does it have an effect? Yes, but not by much. It doesn't need much though. Alaska flips. Good. Good, because that needed to happen. That's a moral victory, if anything. There are a few districts that I want to talk about. Additionally, Dawn Davis, North Carolina's first. Simply put, it's going to be really close, but because Eastern North Carolina is significantly moving towards the right, I think Sandy Smith is going to eke out a victory. Less than 1 percentage point, by the way. 4 districts left to talk about, and it's all focused on these 2 majestic states, Michigan and Ohio. Let's talk Ohio first. Sumter County, right here. This used to be Tim Ryan's district. I'm going to put it as lean Democrat for a very simple reason. The Republicans don't really have a bench. Then we have the Cincinnati region. I think Landsman is going to hang on by a sliver. And then finally, we have this district, Toledo. Capture, it's an R+3 district, technically. I think is going to narrowly flip. We have a presidential election this time around. Donald Trump is going to be on the ballot, and Donald Trump is going to win by more than 10 in Ohio, which will result in a significant victory. Finally, Michigan. John James, he's now an incumbent. He's going to win, but more in a wider margin. I almost want to say narrower. Well, there isn't a narrow victory more than a singular percentage point. So, oops. Right. Dan Kildee and Alyssa Slotkin are both retiring. So that's pretty easy what's going to happen, right? I mean, Flint is moving towards the right. This section here, bit of Detroit suburbs. Yeah, this is a bit of a Republican, but you have a Democrat stronghold basically here. This county is a Democrat stronghold, so coin flips. I'm just gonna say this: one goes Republican, the other goes Democrat. 227. I don't think I made a. I didn't discuss Nevada, but that's not really needed to be discussed. Let's just double check everything in my head real quick. Oregon. That's gonna flip. I was thinking in my head, it should be around 225. And I don't see anything that I could have made a mistake on. Yeah, maybe Dan Kildee that hang on, or maybe I said that the Wild is going to hang on. Whatever. So, 226 to 209. Republicans are going to hold on to the House for this year. Not that it really matters, because they're going to block everything Donald Trump does anyway, so who gives a fuck. If I were Trump, I would have already started this the moment I announced my candidacy. I would have already done the interviews and basically went full Andrew Jackson, simply stating, I'm going to put forth 435 candidates. These are my guys. They're the ones I'm going to be working with. That's what you should have done. A little too late for that, but that's neither here nor there. Thank you very much. Senate election coming up. See you soon. Cheers.